Ha! Look behind me, there's no truck, but a cab. That means something. But it's not this video. This video, we're gonna start with some wiring. It's gonna be really quick, just bear with me. And it's actually pretty interesting, I think, and I don't like wiring. So we'll get through that, and then on to more fun stuff. Made up a bracket for the fuse box, because I lost the bracket from the Crown Vic, which I'm bummed about, because I do like reusing stuff like that, but that'll have to do for now. This is my basic idea for like wiring holders. I've never seen anybody else do it like this, so I'm assuming it's massive overkill. So basically weld this to the car, and then you can put the thick loom in here, put a zip tie across there, then wrap it in, you know, sticky back felt, so it, and all the edges are taken off anyway, but it's just offcuts, you know, stuff like that. There you go, so that's a general idea, you know. Oh, that one's upside down, we can't be having that. So a bit of a lip to hold the actual loom in itself while you're fitting it or whatever, and then lock it in with a zip tie, and then there's no stress or pulling anything because this is welded. Okay, hopefully this gives you the kind of idea. I've put felt on them now. Obviously I'm going to pull that felt off when I paint underneath here. It just gives you an idea. You can poke a hole and then zip tie goes across, and then I've felted both sides because it's kind of sat in the back. Right now, this has to go over. So we've got to do a bit of jiggery pokery of wiring position. Okay, the crazy is getting slightly less crazy, but there you've got an idea of, you see how the zip tie kind of locks in the two jaws, like that one and that one, joined by the zip tie so the wiring can't come out. I now realise if I'd have made these, the open part point up, the wiring could have just sat in it. Oh well, hindsight and all that. I haven't really got a lot of room to film it, but wiring is back in, it works, nice. And then the steering column being higher, and there being no back, basically, there's tons of room. So I'm gonna have to raise the seat, I would think tomorrow, probably a couple inches maybe. That's my comfortable seating position right there, and it's not touching the back. I mean, what it's going to be like with glassing, I've no idea. That's a whole different situation. But, yeah, I'm going to raise the chair, 1 or 2 inches, I'm going to say. Excellent. I reckon we need to raise the seat by 3 inches. And I was racking my brains because that's flat. Nice, bar across, not a problem. Angle different height, pain in the arse. Just arse painage, until I found mounting bolt somewhere there, and mounting bolt, meaning I'm going to cut 3 pieces of tube and stick them in between. Let's hope the wiring's long enough. We'll see. No, doesn't make any difference, does it? Because the wiring is going to the frame, not the seat. Ha! See? We'll work everything out eventually. I can be a little impulsive and short-sighted every now and then and realise that we've got all that gearing which attaches to everything that doesn't want to come out. Yeah, that's more crap than I want to deal with. Okay, back to the complicated way. Okay, here's the idea for the seat extensions. So basically going to be drilling holes in those floor plates so it'll still bolt to the ground, but it's going to weld to the seat. And the front is going to be relatively similar. The back will be in a different place because it's all angled, but I'm hoping this pad is going to be wide enough that it'll be, you know, there, if you will. So I've no idea why this logic worked or sounded like it may work to me, but I can't lift the seat in on my own and have these wobbling. So I figured, let's do the front 2 on the seat, and you can see the different angles, which is going to cause all sorts of problems. And then I thought, do the back 2 onto the feet. Let's see how this goes. So the raising of the seat itself is super rudimentary and relatively ugly. The plate is so thick, though it's not going to flex or anything, but if it does, I may brace it. But it's all sitting at the same angles, you know, it did in the actual car itself. What I may do is triangulate a support off here, and then triangulate back down to there, because that's the only one that is really a mile away from where it was. The seat is, you know, mounted one step forward compared to where it was in the Vic. 3 inches up. Oh, this is great. God, I'd love to be able to do something with this seat. I have an interior friend wizard from Singer who is in the valley, in the same area as me, called Christian. And we may have a trip up there because the stuff he does is insane. Probably way too nice for this. But still, it'd probably be kind of cool to go and see his workshop. Right now, this feels like a win. Now, who knows what is going to crop up? But this seat isn't all the way back. Now, you know the GT40 has like a bubble in the roof for a helmet? I may need a bubble in the rear glass. But it's like leg stretched. This is good. Okay, so we raise the seat by 3 inches. That's fine. Damn. I mean, major brain injury in a rear end. Wear a helmet at all times when driving this truck. But apart from that, it's amazing. So, I mean, the column, maybe bring it down an inch. So it's adjustable. So it's adjusted down right now. It's a cheapie, so it's not going to stay. It's more a placeholder. I think it was like the column was like $100. The column is a column of death. But I've never done a column in a car that wasn't meant to be in a car before, so this is all new to me. Oh, so filleted wiring we have back in. We've not gone through anything for the steering column yet. Obviously, that's why you see all that stuff up there. Yep, all the wiring brackets made. So next is the universal joint for the steering shaft. I have one universal joint for the Ford triangle end, the bottom, and I have the double D, and this column is a 1 inch double D and the shaft is a 3/4 inch double D, and I got 3/4 to 3/4, not a 1 inch to 3/4. Supposed to be here at 7 a.m, been delayed. Supposedly it's going to be 3 p.m. We're going to wait now. Beached again. Ran it yesterday. Wiring is fine, works. HVAC's in, to see clearances and stuff like that. Great. We'll spin it round, do that right, cab step. When we're outside, we'll have a look at the bed, just have a final, get a few friends round. Throw a tape measure around it a little bit more, see what we got going on. Definitely getting there. We are definitely getting there. I may go get wife-tastic. Just get her to sit in it. It's exciting. Let me know if you want me to film when I go up to see him, whether he works on this car or not, because I'm quite sure he'll have some stuff there that's absolutely beautiful. And it'll be just great to see him and see his setup and show you guys the quality of work that he does, and just see if we can involve him 1% in this. Maybe a door pocket, something like that. Alrighty then. Happy days, pretty much. I can't really film this with my hands in there as well, so we got the fancy U-joint from Amazon for that one, and we got the fancy U-joint from Amazon for that one, and then we have this rod that I've cut a bit off already, but I've got to cut more off, and that is double D. Right, Rodney is in there, but access is terrible to actually tighten up all the grub screws. So we turned the truck around. I had another look over the position of the bed, and I'm happy. It's going to be very, very close off measurements, so totally happy with that. That's sorted. Now I was going to pull the door to do the rocker step, but I can't without pulling the fender. And the cab's going to come off soon. We're getting ever closer to that happening. So I think now is the big front end dismantle before the cab comes off to get final welded. So it's going to look less complete. So I'm just going to keep my spirits in check while I take it apart again, after taking so long to build it. But yes, there is definite light at the end of the tunnel, and we are making good progress. We most definitely are. I think maybe have the cab off-ish kinda by weekend, maybe-ish kinda. See? Maybe. Okay, it may have been a little melodramatic saying you had to blow the entire front apart. It may have only taken about 10 minutes. Okay, please forgive me for doing stuff and not filming it. My head is obviously all over the place, and I'm trying to get back into this, and it's just difficult to get back into the flow. So I'm just trying to do it with work, and the filming suffering right now, but we've got to keep the truck moving forward. So the truck's turned around, fenders off, doors off, same thing as the other side. Clearance this step, obviously who knows if it's in the same place because this is a reproduction, and the other side's genuine. So clearance the lip here, and then taking this top strengthening side impact protection beam, taken that in. Yeah, so that's up there now, steelated, and I'm going to paint the inside of here, and we'll make it a few tacks on tonight, and then we'll do the top piece. It's not so bad that I didn't film it because it's the same as the other side. So if you want to see it again, go watch that side again. Oh, so there. So that's that. What's after that? What's after that? What's after that? Don't know. I don't know. There'll be something. Something will pop up, but I don't know what it is right now. Okay, inside, steelated. Oh, forgot to paint that. Good. Oh no. Oh no, I've got a gap. Whatever. Probably should stop freeballing trimming the metal. Okay, I have to steal you for a second because I need to use the level on this phone. Okay, was able to get a couple of hours today. So yesterday we did the side, today we're doing the top. So I don't know if I've told you guys before, I always use 14 gauge for stuff like this. It's easier to weld and it's stronger. And I'm not too worried about weight in this area anyway, because I'm planning on adding a lot more there when I pull the cab off. So yeah, it's just make pretty shapes, people. And then everything's painted inside. And then I'll paint the bottom side of that. Okay, people, so the underneath is painted. I pushed it this way so there's like, so it's not kind of like all the way over the top of it, it's like half and half. So there's a valley to weld into, so the weld should sink in better. I'm going to keep it on a higher setting to spot it, and then I'll turn it down and see if we can run a few beads. Okay, so not my finest moments of welding. I did mess around with settings, which was a bit of an experiment. So it's all fine, it's all good. The bit I want to leave untreated is that bottom part anyway. So, and I don't know, I've been thinking about like a brass cap. Don't know, depends how long I keep the truck, we'll see. Right, we'll have a clean up, and then I've started to cut feet for the passenger seat to go in. I'm wondering about the armrests on both the seats, which are nice, but I mean, who knows if we're going to keep these seats or not. And I really would like a center console, and the seats kind of touch each other. We'll let that go. The driver and the passenger will have their own unique experiences in this truck, because one side's different than the other in a respect. Structurally, it's fine. I went for a little bit of a design preference on the left side, and I completely forgot when I was doing the cab step on the right side. Can you guess what I did? We have one cab step with a slightly rounded edge because there's a rod in there. And then we come down to my listening to music, dum-de-dum-de-da, carry on, not thinking about anything, and we have a cab step with no rod in it. So, that's what I mean when I say there will be unique experiences side to side in this truck. It's a journey full of surprises.